What's up, everybody? Whoops, got the wrong monitor. There we go. Okay, and my camera is not doing so good. Let's fix that real quick. Oh wait, that's way too big. Hold on. Okay. We should be good to go. So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 game development live stream where we're back in our Gas Course project. An action RPG built from scratch using the gameplay abilities, plugins, C++, blueprints, and all that good stuff. So let's compile our project. Because last night we were working on this, and we were trying to get damage colors to work. And I said I wanted to wait until today to fix it, but I decided to fix the crashes and everything that's happening before I went to bed, or else it would have eaten me alive. So I believe it should be working. GeForce Experience, close, care about you at the moment. So I'll show you how that looks, and then what I want to do today, I want to do two things. Because right now we have internal C++ stuff. So apply damage to target internal, but then we also have like apply damage over time to target internal, like with all this damage over time context and everything like that. And I'm wondering if I could somehow kind of unify that. Just so it's just one function. Because it basically does the same thing, except one like adds stuff for duration. The other one is an instant, and then one with duration also has like a period for damage over time functionality. So I'm wondering if we can. Okay, I froze again. Let's activate myself again. There we go. So I'm seeing if I can unify that in some way, or not. So we're gonna try to do that. But first, let's show you the damage. So we got fire damage, just like dark damage, and then we apply it, it's burned, and we get all those like damage numbers coming in. Another aspect is why is my camera keep freezing? Let's switch. Does it make me fucking giant? Then bring me back down. So that should be okay. Let's see if that works. Okay. So just to showcase that again, we got boom. We have like the orange stuff, fire damage that we're doing, and then it's burn. I do want the burn to have more randomized damage as well. Plus the burn lasts kind of a little while, which may be good, maybe bad, not too sure yet. But yeah, let's look at our functions really, because we have damage over time internal, and it takes pretty much the same stuff, except it also takes in like a damage over time context. So maybe what we can do is maybe we can say so apply damage. Maybe this can just also take this, because the damage over time context was it takes float, damage period, damage duration, and everything like that. So I wonder how we should do it. Because maybe like apply damage over time. Like should I just make an assumption that like if float damage period is -1 or 0 or less, so duration is 0 or less, like that it's instant. And then I would say something like, so apply damage to target internal would also take in this. And then we would just have to go here, do that, and then we gotta say like pretty much this. Do that. So let's grab all this. And then we gotta say like pretty much this. So let's grab all this. Something like that. And then we gotta go like something like that. And then we gotta go like, so if then we want to say damage over time context dot. So if damage duration is less than or equal to then 0, we want to say damage over time context dot damage duration is less than or equal to 0. This would be instant, or I guess I should say greater than 0. This would be instant. We would do duration, or I guess I should say greater than 0. We would do duration. This one would be instant. We would say else. This one would be instant. And then these else. Two go here. And then these two. And that should be enough. And then I would just say for all these functions, so apply damage to target. And that should be enough. Our own internal. And then I would just say for all these functions, so apply damage to target time context. Make our own internal DOT context. Like F damage over time context. DOT context. Then DOT context dot damage duration equals. Actually, maybe because I context dot initialized and the default values are negative, it should be fine. Actually, maybe because I initialized and those default values are negative, can be made const, should be fine. So local can be made const. I don't know if that's valid. I'm just going to listen to what writer tells me here. So basically in all these, so apply damage over time to target. We should be able to just say, I don't know if that's valid. I'm just going to listen to what writer tells me here. So basically in all these here as well. So apply damage over time to target. We should be able to just say now apply damage to target internal. Then here as well, something like this. Apply damage to target internal can stay. Apply damage over time internal can be removed. Something like this. And that should all be kosher. Apply damage to target internal can stay. Apply damage over time internal should be fine. Removed. It is implemented, which is weird, but okay. So static damage over time internal, and that should all be kosher. And we should be able to get rid of this one. Is no longer valid. Well, this one should be fine. It is implemented, which is weird, but okay. So static damage over time internal. Missing function description. Missing function parameter no longer valid. I don't know what that really means. But let's have the AI. And what does it say? Give us a new comment. Missing function description. Missing function parameter description. I don't know what that really means. Yes, I like the generated result. Let's have the AI give us a new comment. So that should be okay. I think I just need to put like a comment here where it's like initialize DOT context to default values to so make that should be okay. Instant. And I think I just need to put like a comment here where it's like initialize DOT context to default
Let's see if that
values
compiles.
to make damage instant.
I hope it does.
Let's see if that compiles.
I hope it does. I can't even tell if my camera's frozen or not on the stream. Okay, I was really just still. Alright. I can't even tell if my camera's frozen or not on the stream. Okay, I was
nice.
really just still.
It compiled.
Let it cook. Let's do it.
Alright.
And if this does work, then I want to go ahead and look into.
All right.
That's
what
nice.
it's called, a calculation,
Not calculation class, but like
Let's do
a
it.
calculation modifier class to see if we can get some randomization to our damage.
And
if
if
this
that's how it
does
would
work, because we
then
know
I
we
wanna
pass
go
in a
ahead and
damage
look
value, but then
into,
that same damage value is
um,
used on every
I
period
forget what it's
tick
called, a
of the
calculation,
damage application.
not
I would like that to be
calculation
more
class, but
randomized, to seem a little
calculation
more
modifier
interesting.
class to see if we can get some
randomization to our damage, if that's how it would work. Because
Maybe
we know
we
we
could
pass in a
take
damage
certain
value, but
things
then
into
that same damage
consideration
value is used
as
on
well.
every period tick of the damage application. I would like that to be more randomized, to seem a little more interesting.
Let's see.
Do we get any similar behavior here?
And maybe we could take certain
Okay,
things
so
into
no.
consideration as well.
So that doesn't work at all.
Let's see.
Do we get any similar behavior here? So that sucks. Okay, so no. So let's look. So that doesn't work at all. So we do all that, we get the new damage effect, and then we get the damage thing, so we see if it's... So we should get here. So let's look. Let's see if we even get there. No. No. So we do all that, we get the new damage effect, and then
So what
we get the
happens?
damage thing, so we see if it's... So we should get here. Let's see if we even
Nothing.
get there. Oh, okay. No, we don't. That checks out. Let's
So what
recompile.
happens?
Nothing. Oh, okay. That checks out. We should be doing like
Let's
recompile.
instant.
When was the last time I submitted? Because we should be doing like instant. So I should have a diff. So I should be able to just kind of see what this looked like. When was the last time I submitted? Okay, so I should have a diff. So I should be able to just kind of see what this looked like before. Okay, so still doesn't get hit that breakpoint. Oh, probably the projectile broke. Okay, so still doesn't get hit that breakpoint.
Okay.
So refresh. Oh, probably the projectile broke. No? Okay. So refresh. Okay, so it doesn't have anything. It's interesting that it does it not use like default values. Okay, so it doesn't have anything. It's interesting that it does it not use like
fire
default
damage to
values,
target.
right? So is it because it's a const expression? Let's make it not const expression. Let's see. Let's ask the AI assistant here. UEFI, C++,
fire
initialize,
damage to target,
right? So is it because it's a const expression?
Struct
Let's make it not
variable
const
with
expression.
default.
Let's see. Let's ask the AI assistant
Let's
here.
see.
UEFI, C++, initialize struct variable with the default. Okay, so we have to do something
values.
like this. Let's see. I guess. Okay, so we have to do something like this. So I don't have to do it here. I guess. There. So I don't have to do it here. Like that. Damage duration. There. And then like that. Damage duration. True. So something like that. Not all types can be default initialized. UObjects also default sets things like blah blah blah. True. So I wonder if that will work. Yo dude, just something like that. Not all types thing in the video can be default initialized. Oh boy. UObjects also default sets things like blah blah blah. Thanks for the heads up. I wonder if that will work. Yo dude, just a heads up, your audio is doing a laggy duplication thing and the video is frozen. Oh boy. Thanks for the heads up. Yo, what's up, dude? I love you. Thanks for the help. Yo, what's up, dude? I love you. Thanks for the help. All right, I need to fix audio. All right, is the duplication fixed? No, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, I just recently updated NVIDIA, so maybe that fucked something up. So yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, definitely webcam was doing it. I think. So it shouldn't be duplicated now. Buzzing is gone now. Are we still duplicating? Audio's good? Sick. Okay, yo, my hero. Alright. My bad. Everyone give Zulu Zach a big hug. Alright. So, what we're trying to figure out here is how to make sure we get appropriate default values for when we create damage over time context, because we should make sure it's like a negative value so we can filter it correctly. Nah, it's C++. No, I haven't used verse. I haven't had to use verse or anything like that. I don't know if I have interest in it. Maybe I should. Maybe it'll be easier to make some games. I don't know. Okay, so dot context, illegal initialization of constant expression entity with a non-constant expression. Okay. So I guess this no longer can be const. I guess it can be const, but not const expression. So let's do it one more time for the homies. Okay, so that passed. That's good. So I want to make sure now when I deal damage, apply fire damage to target. I want to make sure that this damage over time context is initialized with those default values that I want. And then for the times where I want it to be damage over time, we initialize that damage over time context correctly, which would be in the case of apply damage over time with this, and we pass in this information. So let's see. So DOT context. So it's a float, but it's 0. And damage period is like 0.0000 whatever. So that's weird. So I don't know why. What happens if I don't make this const? Because yeah, we're damage period and damage duration both should be -1. So that's weird that it's not. Maybe UE5 C++ declare whoops. Let's see. Declare struct with default values. Will I get different information? That's the same answer. Okay, so it gives me this, but that's not really what I want. So yeah, damage context is still weird, or damage over time context is still giving weird values. Can I say something like this? No. Okay, can I say maybe private F damage over time context default empty context, or default empty damage over time context. I guess it's like that, right? Now if I say something like this, access to non-static member without an object argument. And if I make it static, it's okay. Don't know what I'm doing there. But let's see what happens. U5 C++ declare. Okay, so definitely a linker error. That's cool. Declare struct variable in function. What are you testing for exactly? Get the projectile to initiate damage over time. Yeah, so I'm trying to combine, because I had two different types of internal damage functions, where it was like just normal damage internal and then apply damage over time internal. So I wanted to make that into one function and just like have the data be pulled to know if we want to do damage over time or if we want to do an instant damage. So I guess I do have to just kind of do it like they're saying here. Because like the damage over time context would have information about
the duration for how long it would last, the period, the ticks in which it would happen, and whether or not we would want to apply damage on immediate application or not. So we got to just do F damage over time context, damage over time context, and then damage over time context dot damage duration equals -1. That's all we care about. So I just want to say initialize negative damage duration for instant damage type. Again, I don't know if this is the best way to do it. But we're gonna find out, I guess. But I wonder how else, was I just too butthurt that the fact there was two applied damage internal functions? Because they were doing the same thing, except the duration policy and the period stuff was updated. Like maybe there's an even better way of doing it. Maybe there needs to be like a maybe like a construct, like a construct gameplay duration function that applies what we want to apply, and that then passes in data to like the apply damage thing, which constructs it with that data. I don't know. So it's weird that damage duration is still 0. It's really messed up. Is it because it's const? Yeah. Like I feel like I'm messing it up hard. Because I want like the bulk of like basically like this part should probably be handled somewhere else, and then this part where we're constructing everything else and applying it should maybe be somewhere else. I don't know how that would look like, honestly. So let's get rid of the damage color stuff. So maybe there needs to be like static, void, construct, damage, effect, duration policy. I don't know. I would have to think about it more. But yeah, so like this whole damage over time context thing, it's weird. Like, can I like not make this const, or like what part of it is messing up? Is it this constructing part? I wonder.
The following members of damage over time might not be initialized. Let's just see if this breaks anything. Okay, constant audit compile generate default structure produces unreliable results. Okay. Can we just make these not const? Like I'm racking my brain too much, I think. So I gotta think about this a little bit because we have a damage effect. I think that we want to pass in because we're going to construct that object. So let's try this again. Let's think of something here. So we want to say probably like static. You gameplay effect. Construct damage effect like this. And I guess it just needs to take an E something. Duration type. What does it say? No return statement. So I want to say something along the lines of so this needs to take in some stuff, I think. Or does it? Can I just take this stuff, put it in here, and then just say return damage effect? This takes duration type, and it should take the damage over time context, I suppose. I don't know if it needs to be const and a ref or not. We're just gonna make that assumption. Do something along the lines of that. So then, what can we do? We should be able to take out this stuff. But then, so apply damage to target internal doesn't need the const over time thing. It just needs a gameplay effect, I think. So apply damage to target internal. Gameplay effect, I guess. What does this mean? What do we want? Missing parameter function thing, multiple choices. I don't know what it's wanting from me, so hold on. So let's include gameplay effect. That's fine. We don't care about that at the moment. So we want to say this. And then gameplay effect. So instead of constructing it like this, I guess I could just say equals gameplay effect. But what's wrong here? Okay, can we just say cast? Like that, and I guess we gotta do like an if. This to here. All right, we're making progress, I think. So like that. Whoops. So this, if return false. Or can I just say like return false here? Maybe that's okay. So now what we need to do? So we gotta be like, so we don't need damage over time context, but we do need to say like you gameplay effect damage effect equals construct damage gameplay effect. And then we gotta say what? So this is instant. So where do we construct? So we need duration type and then damage over context. So need duration type instant. Then I guess we gotta be like const f damage over time context. Damage over time context. Like that. I guess I do. Let's put that constructor back. Or can I just say like equals -1 by default? Is that still valid to say? And then put in damage effect like that. Maybe that's cool. This could be const express. That. Then we gotta do it again. That's that, and then that's that. So then we gotta just be like, so now that we're doing this, so we can get duration type. So we gotta be like, if duration type equals E, gameplay duration type instant. Else Something like that, I think. Oh, we just did a lot. So let's see if that even compiles. Let's have some faith. Have some faith in our programming skills, maybe. Alright, succeeded. So far, so good. Yeah, this AI assistant that Ryder has now is pretty good. I don't have to Google shit anymore. And it gives you examples and stuff, as long as you know how to ask the question, I suppose. I try not to use it too much, but it does help. Alright. Let's see if we deal damage or if anything crashes. Okay, we deal damage. That's great. Now, do we get damage over time? We don't. Okay. Why? You know, baby steps, you know? It's all good. So in container is copy for each application. Consider making a const reference. We should probably do that. Let's grab it. I mean, am I doing anything? No, I'm just searching it, so should be good. So where's the function call to apply damage over time? So apply damage over time. Damage over time. So let's look at our burn gameplay effect for the status. So all that seems okay. Can I look at this? Actually, yeah, we need to recompile. Yeah, this step is taking longer than I hoped, but it's okay. You know, we got nothing but time, I suppose. What was that view? What view are you talking about? Like the one on the right-hand side, or I'm not sure. But one that looked like Blueprint. I'm not sure. I don't know what I had opened. Okay, so this is our damage over time. So all that looks sense. So it constructs it. So it constructs it correctly, it seems. I look at this gameplay effect. So let's see. U object damage duration. So the duration policy is still instant. And no wonder it is. So it has duration. Mess that up. I definitely would love to know what view you were talking about, Zach. I guess it was in the editor. If you see it come up again, let me know. So now for sure we should get our damage over time. So now, yeah, there's our burn damage. It's happening. Burn, burn, burn. He dies. All right. So we successfully refactored a little bit. Yeah, 10 seconds delayed. Okay. But now at least we have something where we construct the gameplay effect, construct damage gameplay effect. When we do that, yeah, at the moment, yeah, I don't really comment anything. And Writer has a cool feature where you can have it auto-generate comments. So it can kind of just write that for you, and 9 times out of 10, it's good enough. So yeah, typically, usually the idea is like you shouldn't really need to comment your code too much. It should be just kind of readable. But yeah, I think. But since it's just me right now working on this, I think it's fine. When I decide that I finish the project and it's where I want to be, then yeah, I'll go on like a commenting spree. So yeah. So now that that's done, I think I want to look into now a way to randomize this damage over time. Because again, each tick, it applies the same damage. So there's this damage execution base, and then there should be like the GE damage base. We're no longer using this gameplay effect, I believe. We're constructing it on the fly. No, we are using it. We get a reference to this BP class. So I wonder... because we have a set by caller for the damage execution, but there is I feel like there should be a possibility to like, so there's modifiers, array of modifiers that will affect the target of this effect. There's the calculation class, calculation modifier. Can I make a second one? Modifier magnitude, and then like maybe like a custom calculation class. So I wonder if that has anything to do with what I can try to do here. Because yeah, essentially like every tick, essentially, it should maybe recalculate some stuff. So let's just see if this will work in blueprints. So gas course, the character is it under shared this? No. Where are these things located? So systems and damage. Okay, so gas cores, game, systems, damage. Let's just keep the default name here. And then we should be able to calculate base magnitude for a second here. So there's, what can we get here? So ability, gameplay effect. So get captured attribute magnitude. Is there like a incoming damage? Can I compile that? No. What else do I need? So get source tags. So get source actor tags. Get target tags. Is this okay? I'm just curious what this will give me. Is this applying in our damage? Okay, maybe I don't need this one. Oh, I took both of them out. Let's. So there's this one, and then there's a set by caller one. So I wonder what we'll get. Yeah, it was the blueprint, so you're just connecting to the code you wrote together in Blueprint. Yeah. More or less. Basically, this damage execution and this damage execution, like this gameplay effect for damage and this execution class are kind of what are being modified and applied here in code. And then the actual damage execution and stuff and extra handling and stuff is also in code. But what I'd like to try to do is somehow randomize the damage for damage over time. And that's kind of what I want to work on now, because you know we pass in one damage value, but then it ticks with that damage value every single time. Whereas you know I'd like to have some fluctuation for making it a little more interesting, maybe. So if like the initial damage was 5, the next one would be like 4, maybe 6 or something, and so on and so forth. So I just want to see what will happen. Okay, so nothing explicitly happens. Well, I want to do this in Blueprint first here, so I can make sure that it works, and then I'll move it over to C++ for sure. That's usually how I work in most cases. I make something in Blueprint, and then I put into C++. I'd say it's faster to iterate that way, but also, you know, I'm not the best programmer, but I know how to do some things in Blueprints, and yeah, I can just iterate fast, and then once I know it kind of works, translate it into C++, and then I have a version in Blueprint that I know works, and one version in C++ that I don't know that works, and I kind of just test and check to see if it works the same, more or less. Yeah, so interesting that this doesn't work. Yeah, so for some reason this custom calculation class thing doesn't work. Now, if I were to, for example, delete that one and just have this one, does it work? No. But why? Can I print anything? Guess I would need a world context object, but I don't know. Yeah, probably. So get owner? No. What do we got? Get source actor tags. Hey Beata, how you doing, babe? Yeah, it's going good. Just chilling out, working on stuff, talking to an old college friend, Zach. So yeah, this calculate base magnitude doesn't seem like it does anything. Now, is it because I'm not actually adding it? Because yeah, calculation modifier, additive, yeah, we're doing this at runtime. But maybe I have to add it in code, but like I should still be able to use it, maybe. That's gonna be tricky, I think. So let's make this we'll make a second one here, I guess. So yeah, we're doing a modifier here, and everything. And can I say? Because there's calculation modifiers, which is this. So can I say maybe F gameplay effect execution scope modifier info? Can I say like damage? What do I want to say? Damage calculation class equals damage info dot calculation modifiers. So can I say like modifiers index plus plus or plus plus? No, I can't. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just reading messages here. Okay. So maybe I gotta be like, can I say like modifiers index plus plus? Okay, so I made it const. Then can I say, so damage calculation class dot modifier up equals, oh man, how much do you do a lot of JavaScript writing? Modifier op equals, oh, I definitely took the wrong one here. So additive, and then so modifier magnitude, additive, so magnitude calculation type. Slowly at this point where I can write basic algos. Nice, nice, nice. So I don't know exactly how this would work, honestly. I have to think about this, and now I have too much on my mind. I'm getting distracted. And we've been streaming for about an hour, so I think let's comment this just so I know where to pick up next time. So to do investigate how to add custom calculation class to damage application for randomization. Because I think what I would need to do is like take the results of the custom calculation class. So basically, like, capture this data, get the incoming damage, multiply it by some random number, and then pass it in to apply the damage, I would say. I think that's what I would have to do. So let's just comment this section out. But yeah, again, yeah, I put to do, so it's obvious that I need to do something, you know. But yeah, I would want to do this only in certain cases. Not every single case. I have to think about it a little bit more. So I think in general I can just remove that, I think. Damage should still just work because I'm kind of constructing it in C++. Yeah, so we know it's working. Like when it comes to like instant damage, I don't know if I really want to randomize it based off the initial damage value, but if it's like a status effect damage, then I might want to randomize it based off of like I don't know, attributes or something. So let's say you have like a burn status damage multiplier or something. So maybe you can like randomize the value between 1 and 1.2 each time, so you know you can get a max. I don't even know if that's even necessary. Like, is it okay that the damage value is always the same? So like you do all the damage and then it's a 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Like, I don't know. Like, is that cool? Is that not cool? It's more of just like, it's more of a design question, I guess. But yeah. Not sure. Yeah, I think that's the case. So something to think about on my side, I think, because like potentially, I don't know if I'm limiting myself, that there's like one gameplay effect that I'm applying and manipulating the damage to, depending on like what type of damage it is, or if I should be like, you know, doing something more where it's like, okay, I have GE damage base, but then I have like GE burn status damage effect or something, and then it just takes into consideration certain modifiers and everything like that. Because there is a good reference from Chaos Spectrum about damage types, resistances, gameplay tags, and gameplay effects and everything like that. And you know, you have modifiers, and you can do stuff like this. And then in the damage calculation, you do something like this. So this is applying the damage and does that, and then you evaluate it based off that. So then the damage GE will apply fire damage. Like, I wonder if I just am going too generic. Or if this is fine. Because like then I would have like, you know, a bunch of functions that kind of all do the same thing. Except, you know, one will add tags for fire damage. Another one will do that. Another one will do that. So I think it's something I need to think about a little more. Like, it's definitely a tough subject. Would require some planning, I think. I mean, you know, if I have just one, you know, one function for like apply damage internal, like in this one function, I would have to do kind of like specific checks, I guess. Like, let's look at our projectile. You know, we have apply fire damage to target. So possibly I can just have like a thing where I construct like, so there is the like granted tags and stuff that adds to the damage context. So maybe I can add like damage type in there, because I think I already kind of do. There is damage context, damage type. So maybe I'm already kind of doing that. So maybe I just overthought it. But yeah, with the final example here with this fire damage, it's a gameplay effect asset tag. So I guess I would need to add it there as well. We would have to see. Would the same logic to apply damage also be used for other damage types? It also seems like a good fit. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because, you know, I want to have like general, like physical damage, fire elemental damage, ice elemental damage, poison, toxic, whatever. But then I would want to have status effect damages that are applied as well when you stack the damage of a certain type. So, like this fire damage, you know, it stacks over time, but the stacks only last a few seconds. So you have to spam it a few times before burn gets applied. And I want that to be the kind of general damage system where, you know, you can have physical damage, and maybe if you stack enough physical damage, they'll bleed, and it'll be like a damage over time would bleed. burn. Like if you use fire, it'll burn them. If you use ice, it'll freeze them. If you use poison, they'll get toxined. If you use, lightning, they'll be shocked or whatever. Basically that mindset. So trying to figure out how to do that. And then, certain enemies, certain abilities could allow you to have certain resistances to these damage types. So, you'll take less fire damage, or you could just be fully resistant to burn. We already have that kind of system in place. So, for example, in our dummy, we have an ability set. And in this ability set, we can grant this burn immunity gameplay effect. And it should prevent burn from happening. So you can still hit them with fire, but they'll actually never burn. And that can be an interesting mechanism for certain enemy types. It could be interesting for certain items, and things like that. But right now, yeah, I'm kind of just in the rabbit hole of how to properly deal damage. Yeah, it's quite the challenge. Hoping we figure out a good way to do this. Because maybe I'm just going overboard with this randomization, but I think I would like it, or at the very least be able to use a calculation-based magnitude. But I would need to check for certain attributes as well. I could also possibly do that in the damage execution class. We can check for additional modifiers, but I feel like it all should be handled before it's actually sent and applied. The final damage applied will be whatever's set in. But maybe I'm just overthinking that part too. Because we could have a function in here for check elemental damage, check status effect damage, and we would pull specific attributes and stuff like that. Maybe would be better. Not sure. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. That's what we're working towards. At the very least, I'm glad we were able to refactor stuff a little bit. So now we can just apply damage, and because we took the immunity off, he's burning again and he's dead. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for chilling, Zach. I appreciate it. If anyone else is watching and you're not following me here on Twitch, a follow would be much appreciated. Most likely won't stream tomorrow, so we'll probably be back on Thursday. So I'll see you then, and have a good night.